our best, but to be something. Not just to be something, but to be more. Just hope, and Jesus walked this earth to give us hope. And so imagine living in a world or being in a circumstance where you had no hope.
Hmm.
Imagine feeling hopeless. Whoever felt hopeless
Hmm.
around something, circumstance or something, you just felt like there's no way out. There's no chance. I'm stuck right here in this circumstance, in this hopeless situation. And there's no worse feeling to feel hopeless. To just feel like this is it. I told this story before I tell it again. It was about a man from a movie about this guy that worked at this prison. And he worked at the prison, and what his job was, this was back in the day down south. His job was to dig the ditches, to dig the graves for the prisoners that died.
Oh yeah.
And so it was this lady, rich lady. She went to prison, murdering her husband. And so she was in prison. She got all this money and all these resources outside of prison that she can get her hands on. And so this guy, the grave digger in the prison, he was like, he was sick actually. He had cancer. And so he needed a surgery, but he couldn't afford it. And so the lady said, you know what? I got money. I tell you what, you get me out of here. I give you the money to get that surgery. The guy thought about it. He said, okay. I think I can do it. He said, this is what I need you to do. He said, the next time somebody dies, I'm going to let you know. And then I'm going to put you in the casket. And then we're going to take you out and then you get up and get out of here. She said, a little creepy, but okay. I want to get out of jail. I'm here for the rest of my life. So somebody died. And they brought the casket. Just like you said, somebody brought her and put her inside. She got in the casket. And they put a sheet over her so you can't see, And so there she is in the casket. And she could feel time moving. And she's been in the casket for a while. And so she's like, okay. And so, but mind you, she's in this casket with somebody on top of her. The person actually died. So she's there in this casket. Days go by. She's like, he should have came and got me out of here by now. So she's laying there, a couple of days go by. She said, nah, something done went wrong. And so she started clawing, and she moved the sheet. And there was a man that's supposed to get her out of there. And so what happened, her hope for getting out of prison was dead. She had no chance to get out of there. Her hope is gone. So imagine being in that casket and all your hope to get out of it is dead. It's in there with you. That's what depression is. The term depression, because here you had Naomi. You had Naomi here, and they moved to Moab because there was a famine in their land. And so they had to move where there was food and water, for their family to eat. And so they get there, and first her husband died. Elimelech died. And then she had two sons. And they died. The two sons had two wives that they met there in Moab. And so now it's her and her two daughter-in-laws. So every man she ever loved dead. The ones that brought her there for safety, the ones that brought her there for a better living, for a better life, are gone. And so now here she is without any hope. What do I do? What do I do? This is a dire situation. And so we look at the word depression, and reading this bounds around depression, because these are some of the things that we don't talk about in our community. you know, we talk about clinical depression. Um, who know what depression is?
I know what depression is. Yeah.
So picture this. Depression, you ever seen a map? So you look at a map. And so on the map, you have a legend at the bottom of the map. And so the map legend show you like what all the terrain features mean on the map. Like you see on the map, you have all these different colors. You have blue, that show water. You have green, that show trees. You have black lines, that show like roadways. You have brown, that show like vegetations and things like man-made terrain features, stuff like that. And so you got all this stuff on the map. And then if you look at a map, you have like these little tick lines. You have things like this, that will represent your valley, valleys being dipped between two high places. Then you have this, that's a hill. And then you have tick marks, like in a circle. That's your depression. That means it's a hole. And so the term depression means it's a hole. It's a hole. And so when we look at a hole, how they come about. So imagine this, if you will. You have a street. Let's say Mac. You got Mac. And Mac is built out of gravel, rocks, sand, all these different materials. And so when they build the road, they built it to meet a certain specification, meaning that it's good for so many years, so many miles, so many vehicles coming across. And then afterwards, it's going to start to come apart. And so that's how we are. And so you get the street, you got Mac, you got all this gravel and stuff, it's all meshed together perfectly. Like you look at Mac now, it look good now. But over time, cars will drive over it, trucks will drive over it, bikes will drive over it, buses will drive over it, people will walk over it over time. And what happens, the road start to move, like the gravel and the rocks and everything start to shift, become inconsistent. And then it start to come apart. And when it come apart, this is how you get your power. When it come apart, it come apart and it opens up. And so now, everything that road is made of will sink in. It just drops. And so now you have a hole. So depression is a hole that's made by the very thing that is made of. And so when you have a depression, that means that there's a higher ground all the way around. And so picture, if you will, so depression, when we fall, so picture us with that road. You living life, and so many people done talked about you, so many people done dogged you out, so many people done did this, so many people done did that, and then just by everyday life, you gotta live. You know, walk this, you know, work, and you know, raise your kids and all that stuff. Then it can cause an inconsistency. And then they cave in. So everything that you're made of, everything that's you, can cave in and turn into a hole. And now you're in the center of your life. You're in the center of your stuff. And so everywhere you look around, you see your life. You see everything that's going on in your life. You see your bills, you see your mate, you see your job getting on your nerve, you see your kids and them getting on your nerve, you see all your aggravation, you see all your frustration. It's all around you. You can see it. But you can't get above it. You're in this hole. And so you're trying to climb out. I can't get out. I'm jumping. I'm trying to get out of this hole. This depression that I'm in. But everything you grab hold to try to get out of it is part of the conditions of your depression. If your kids are part of your depression, you can't grab them to get out. If your job is part of your depression, you can't grab your job to get out. But that's what you end up doing. You're trying to grab the very thing that got you there, you're trying to use it to get out. So depression, all the way out of depression is you need somebody to reach in
and grab it,
pull you out. And so that's the depression. That's a place where there's no hope. You can't see your way out. Everywhere you turn, you see your circumstance. So you had Naomi, and in this depressed state, she's all around her is death. All the men that love her and that she loved are dead. What do I do? What do I do in this place? And so we've all found ourselves in that place at one point in time or another, where we're just